Hey everybody, this is Stephanie with Stephanie Gretchen Coaching and Retreats. And so I wanted to follow up on what to do when you're stuck in that recurring problem, that issue that comes up time and again. And so what I talked about last time was how I was in the thick of the issue of when things get really busy, I just kind of push myself and I push and push. And although this past time I remembered to, eat well and exercise and meditate and do all those kinds of good things, get plenty of sleep, I wasn't allowing for extra time and space in my schedule, which is what really feeds me at a much deeper level. And it allows me to not totally tap myself out, to feel like I'm just super drained and in that thin space. So I went on record saying that I'm going to do it better next time. And so I knew that August and September are going to be super full for me. And so I thought, okay, here's where the rubber meets the road, right? Now's the time for me to really take my own advice and think about how to do this differently. Continue to do the things that are working well, but then also come up with a new plan on how to live out the next 2 months in a healthy way where I don't feel all tapped out, where I feel invigorated about the awesome things that I get to do. So someone very near and dear to me said, so Steph, what does that look like? How are you going to plot this out? So I thought, okay, I'm a visual learner. So I had just recently been given an actual physical calendar. I normally use the one on my phone and on my computer, but I'm also a visual learner. So I plotted out all of August and September and October on this physical calendar so that I could really get another perspective, so that I could really see and feel what my next several months are going to look like, and to make sure that I was adding in those pockets of empty space, which is, as I said last time, that's where I create, that's where I really rejuvenate. So I filled out all the different things that I've got going on. I've got several actually live events that are coming up. I've got a pilgrimage I'm leading. I've got a workshop in Maryland. I've got that orientation for the pilgrimage. There's lots going on. And so once I filled out this physical calendar, my blood pressure is normally really low. And I had to take a breather. I was like, okay, breathe, Steph. That's a lot. And so then what happened? So then I realized that I really can't say yes to anything additional. That, when I look at these things that I need to do with clients and with different people that I work with family and friends, that I really need to start saying a lot of no. And so a dear friend of mine asked if I wanted to go on a hike that we've been talking about for months. And I realized that it was going to be too much, because it was the day before I fly out to Idaho. And I was like, I would love to do that hike, and hiking is something that really feeds me. But I also realized I needed to say no, because I needed to make sure that I had that space. And that otherwise I was going to feel really cramped. And so, hey, I'm doing it. I'm living it, right? And that felt good. And although it felt kind of weird to say no, especially no to something that I wanted to do, it also felt really satisfying to know that I was saying no in order to protect myself and in order to take care of myself. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.